Hey, greetings everybody. So, what we are going to do today is Tablet 7, okay? Tablet 7 in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth Chronicles, all right? Now, Tablet 7 is titled The Seven Lords. Now, if you haven't seen my last video, which is Tablet 6, don't worry about it. I'm going to put the link in the description so you can check that out. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put my first video. I'm going to put the first video in my series, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth Explained. I'm going to put that in the description below too, so you can check that out if you have not. All right. So we start with the tablet with Thoth telling us, to listen to his voice and to drink in his wisdom. Okay, and that dark is the pathway to light that we travel. And that it is important, despite the many pitfalls that's in our lives, that we seek and we always try to find and attain greater wisdom. All right. He says to open our souls and to become one with the cosmic and to let it flow, as in one with our soul. Light is eternal and darkness is fleeting. So he's saying that everything, no matter what, light is eternal, it never ends and it never begins. All right, and that darkness is fleeting, meaning that darkness is short-lived, and it's only temporary. He says to open our souls to the brothers of brightness and to let them enter and fill us with light. And only by gaining the light of all wisdom will we become one with the infinite goal. He says that light is prevalent, encompassing all with its banners and its flames. Seek ye forever in the veil of darkness, somewhere ye shall surely find light. Hidden and buried, lost to man's knowledge, deep in the finite, the infinite exists, lost but existing, flowing through all things, living in all is the infinite brain. All right, and the infinite brain is a word that I feel like we should, really take importance to, because that's not going to be the last time that we hear that term or read that term. So he says, in all of space, there is only one wisdom. Though seemingly decided, it is one in the one. All that exists comes forth from the light, and the light comes forth from the all. And for me, what I interpret that is he's saying that the light comes from the all, and the all is the infinite brain. Okay, so that all that exists is from the infinite brain. And when we continue to search for the light, we're searching for ourselves. We're learning more about ourselves, which in turn affects everything. Because I, for one, do believe that we're all connected in, this type of universal consciousness. And that universal consciousness can manifest itself in different ways. Thoth also states that everything created is based upon order. Law rules the space where the infinite dwells. Forth from equilibrium came the great cycles, moving in harmony towards infinity's end. So, even though that, infinity has no beginning or no end, it still abides by law. And from what I'm reading, it seems like it's a law upon order. And so in my eyes, there's some type of mathematical formula that keeps the universe, or the infinite, if you will, in order. And that's certain things. I'm going to make more videos about that, but you can also see that in the golden ratio in nature and in life, in biology. Okay. So now we get more backstory from Thoth and what he went through and what he has done. And he says in the halls of Amenti, he stood before the lords of the cycles, and that they were mighty in their aspects of power, and that they were mighty in their wisdom. And these seven lords were led by the dweller of Unal. I also made a video about that too, okay? And after meeting these masters, he was free to enter their conclave at will. And throughout time, and through his time, going in and out of the conclave, he learned from these masters, and they guided him. And time after time, he stood before them and he would listen to them. And I quote, he says, listening to words that came with no sound. Now, to me, I have no idea what that means. I'm not sure if he's saying that they spoke to him telepathically or what. Okay, but we're gonna figure that out. And he says, once they said to me, O man, was thou gain wisdom? Seek for it in the heart of the flame. Would you like to gain knowledge of power? Seek for it in the heart of the flame. Would you like to be one with the heart of the flame? Seek then within thy own hidden flame. So they're telling Thoth that everything that you need to learn, that you desire, that you want to learn, pretty much all of the power is within you. The power of wisdom, the heart of the flame, the knowledge of power is all within. And one of the masters actually told Thoth that, from beyond time we came. We traveled from beyond the space-time and from the place of infinity's end. And that they came from the order of all. And at one time they were men. And he tells Thoth to travel the bright path upward until he too becomes one with the all. And he also says, fourth we formed after our order, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Know ye that these are the numbers of cycles that we descend from unto men, each having here a duty to fulfill, each having here a force to control. So each of the 7 masters control one of the cycles. All right, that is their duty to fulfill, and they have a force to control. And then the Lord titled 9, he told Thoth, eons and eons I have existed, knowing not life and tasting not death. For know ye, O man, that far in the future life and death shall be one with thee all. And he also says that when life and death becomes one with thee all, neither exist. He also tells Thoth that even though I'm here speaking to you now, I also exist in your future of time. But to me, time does not exist. For in my world, time exists not. We are formless. Life have we, but yet we have no existence. He also says that know that when you're ready, and know that when life itself will pass to the darkness, and only the essence of the soul shall remain. So he's saying that once only the essence of your soul remains, time has no power over you. You can exist both in the past, on all three, the past, present, and the future. And that's pretty interesting to me, because that's kind of saying that our time is linear, where everything is happening at once. Everything is happening at once. Past, present, and future is all happening at once. Everything influences itself. All right. And I'm not saying this is fact, but this is just one of my opinions that I made while reading this. Okay. And now the Lord of the Eight speaks to him, and he says that all that ye know is part of but a little. So pretty much saying that what you know now is nothing compared to the truth. All right. Far out in space where light beings are supreme, I came into the light. Formed was I, but not as ye are. Okay. Body of light was formed formless, formed form. So his true form was a body of light. And he also says, know I not life, and know I not death. Yet I am master of all that exists. So he is beyond the terms of life and death. He is beyond time, but yet he is the matter of all. He is the master of all that exists. And he tells us to travel the road that leads to the light. And the 9 speaks to him again, and he says that the path to beyond is not impossible. It's not impossible to grow to a consciousness above that. He says, for when 2 have become 1 and 1 has become the all, know that the barrier has lifted and that ye are made free of the road. Grow thou from form to the formless, free may thou be of the road. And Thoth begins to end the tablet by saying that, do not turn your face from the light, and that our soul dwells in the realms of brightness, and that we are children of the light. He says to turn our thoughts inward and not outward, and find our delight soul within us, and that we can become the master when we master ourselves. Everything comes from within, and that to know that we are one with the cosmos and flames and are a child of the light. And that we are children of the light. But he also ends the tablet with a warning, and I quote, he says, now to thee gave I warning. Let not the thought turn away. Know that the brightness flows through thy body for you. Turn not to the dark brothers that come from the brothers of black, but keep thine eyes ever lifted, thy soul in tune with the light. Take ye this wisdom and heed it. Listen to my voice and obey. Follow the pathways to brightness, and thou shalt be one with the way. All right, you guys, so that concludes tablet 7. Okay, this was actually probably my longest video that I've done, but this was a pretty dense, packed chapter that had a lot of good information in it, and I enjoyed reading it, especially and going over it, for you guys. It was excellent. Very, very dense. All right, so once again, I will have tablet 6 and the first video from the Emerald Tablets of Chronicles in the description below. Stay tuned, you guys, for tablet 8, and the title of tablet 8 is The Key of Mysteries. So I'm very excited about jumping into that and seeing what we can get into. Now, this is Articles of Reality. Peace and love.